Ornamental grasses last nearly all winter long, providing interest to a snowy landscape. But come springtime, they turn into an eyesore. If you haven't done so already, cut back all the dead growth. Doug Maurer, president of Brian Kyle's Landscapes of Distinction, is here to show us the best approach.
Well, if you happen to have a nifty little electric head shear sitting on your shelf, this is a pretty good little tool to use and attack some of these grasses. Now this is a rather young plant. It's only been here now for about a year, so this one's fairly easy to prune. But after they've been here for about 4 or 5 years, you'll appreciate having one of these in hand. It'll make easy play of the work here. So again, you want to trim this close to the ground. Again, not getting into the ground or into the crown of the plant. And again, don't trim it up too high. A very common mistake is people trim these up very high, and it just problems can develop down into the crown of the plant, and also you have unsightly dead stubble that the new plant has to grow through. Very simple. Chops it down really quick. Very quick and easy cleanup. Now if you have a 5-year-old plant or so that's very mature, you might actually want to tie it up with some rope or some twine first. You don't have to go through collecting all the debris later on. So larger plants, you might want to tie them up. That also brings me to the rule of thumb on perennials. 5 years is about a rule of thumb that you want to leave a perennial grow. After 5 years, it's best for the plant to divide it, dig it up, and either move other places to another place in the garden, or other gardening friends, neighbors, relatives. You make new friends, give them a plant. So 5 years is a rule of thumb on perennials. Now is a very good time of the year to do it. Some of them, the growth is just starting. Others, like this grass, the growth is yet to come on. Now, as we move into this yarrow, which is right next to it, this is one that the grass, the yarrow, has already started to come through. Ideally, we would have liked to have gotten here maybe a little sooner, and we could have just done a quick, easy job on this one. But since it's already started, and I'm kind of partial to cutting off some of this new growth, we want to go in here and pinch out some of these old flower heads from last year. Sometimes just pulling them, pinching them would do the best on that. That would be the best way to clean up the crown of the plant. But as you look, a lot of the old growth has fallen to the side here. So what you might do is come in with your pruners and selectively clean up around the outside edge of this and clean off some of this old growth, which really is not looking very good for the coming season. Even though it's an evergreen plant and this growth is still green and growing, it doesn't have that same vigor that this new growth has. A lot of this new growth, this very healthy plant, growing very nicely, dividing, growing from the roots as well, and will be a nice healthy plant for the season ahead. So basically with your yarrow and other plants, if they have started to grow, just clean them up a little bit and then try to clean out last year's growth. You'll have a much better looking plant for the season ahead.
This has been part of the Brian Kyle's Landscapes of Distinction How-To series. To learn more, be sure to visit www.briankyles.com, where you'll have access to many resources, including our YouTube page, which houses this entire series.